MarketMove is on the move again. Of course, it's a little bit of selling now that it's peaked, trying to create a new all-time high, and it fell a little bit short. And now you see, someone just sold 20 BNB. You're going to see that kind of selling pressure often at these major points, like when it starts to hit this new all-time high. And if it doesn't hit it, some people will sell. That's kind of the play on the analysis, the TA. But a lot of people the spike probably happened because a lot of people were anticipating well, first of all, a lot of selling pressure ended. And then because a lot of people got in the private sale and the pre-sale, you guys know the drill, they sold off. And then there's more buying pressure after it kind of goes through that. But also people were anticipating the demo of the utility. They're claiming they're going to be able to blow Ping out of the water, consider their closest competitor, Ping token, also known as Sonar. That's developing tools for investors in this space as well. But anyway, I didn't want to talk about fundamentals or any of these things too much because we've already covered it so much. I just want to let you know, if it does end up breaking this all-time high, expect a significant increase. Of course, a lot's going to depend on the demo that's coming out. That'll be a major point to look for, and that's supposed to happen this weekend. But if they keep pushing that off, obviously that could create some selling pressure as well. So we'll see if they hit that. But I do expect them to continue to develop, and if they do, Ping, their closest competitor, is just doing phenomenally well. Let's look at that really quick, and then I'm going to talk about like when do you take profits? Not financial advice. Wow, this really took a run up. Wow. So this is one that our community got in very early as well. In fact, a lot of people got into this in the pre-sale. It was in our Discord and the tribe. 76 million market cap. So if you look at, what MarketMove might do, if they do end up, beating them, outpacing Ping with development as they're saying they're going to do, obviously we're looking at a huge, over a 10x here just to get to that point. But I just wanted to show you, like, when do I take profits? Well, this has come down now a little bit. I could have easily taken profits at a much higher level just even 10 minutes ago, but I didn't intend to, and I don't intend to for a while on this one. And the reason why is because I've already taken profits so many times. I've built up a nest egg using the crypto pre-sales strategy, which I'll put a link to below if you've totally somehow missed our crypto pre-sales strategy. Now, when I share that strategy with you, and when I talk about these things like when would I sell, it's not as financial advice. I can't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You got to make these own decisions, do your own research. But I can share with you, and all I'm doing here is sharing with you what my strategy has been. And it's changed. It's evolved. And a lot of the most successful people in our tribe Discord that just time and again were able to rip FT, which means recoup investment profit. And if they liked what they saw, leave in free tokens to keep selling as it goes up. What we've all done that have done well is the similar strategy, which is when we were starting out and we were new, we developed the discipline of taking profits often. So I would have taken profits on this by now if I was new and needed to accumulate more resources, but I would have left in some tokens that would have been free tokens to keep selling as it went up. And I would have accumulated more, and then I would have had the resources freed up to do it again and again and again. In our Discord, we're talking about these pre-sales all the time and we're analyzing them. We did this launch live. When MarketMove launched, we did it live. We walked everybody through it. We talked about it. We had the input from lots of people that are really successful at it. So you get a better idea as far as doing your own research, which ones you might want to participate in. Again, not financial advice, make your own decisions, do your own research, but it's been a really, really good resource for people. Tribe 100X Discord. But anyway, so I would have sold by now if I was new, because I've done it so many times, because I've successfully gathered so many wins, I now can take a bigger risk and leave it in longer before I do that. So I'm actually going to leave. I'm going to wait for this to break this high at some point. I expected to do that between now and the next 45 days. But if I was new, when I was new, again, not advice to you, but when I was new, I would have already taken profit. I would have taken my investment back. I would have no skin in the game at this point, but I would leave in some tokens that I would have gained from the win. And then I'd move on and do it again in another project. And I'd be in our tribe Discord looking for the next one. And if you just did 2 of those a week, if you just did a few of those a month, you'd be positioning yourself with free tokens across all these different projects that as they spike up, you could sell and then be in a really empowered position financially to be able to leave them in a little bit longer and take a little bit more risk. Or, because right now I don't need these resources freed up to participate in the next pre-sale, but if I was new, I would. But anyway, I'll let you know when I do sell. Again, you shouldn't sell when I sell. Depends where you're at in your process, depends how many resources you have. It depends how many times you've already been able to rip or rip FT. For those that don't know, when we refer to rip, in fact, I'll put a link below this video to some people sharing like all the gains they've had in our Discord. And again, we're not claiming to advise them on that at all. It's just the tribe works together to sort for these pre-sales. We discuss them, we talk about them, we give lots of, everyone just kind of shares, their analysis. You get eyes and ears everywhere. And, and again, we knew that this probably would do well, even though we didn't like the way they were handling themselves in the Telegram, even though we went over, a lot of people were accusing them of not being who they said they were. We dug into that. There was nothing really there that we could, prove. And so we went ahead, we discussed all the red flags, but said this still checks out as far as our criteria goes. And again, we weren't advising, we were just discussing each individual, how this checked out from our perspective, and did it all live. And, it's turned out to be a big win. Anybody could have nearly 2x'd easily and at least come close to that a couple of times with this one. So it's a win. It doesn't matter what it turns out to be from here. For a new person getting a start, this was a win. Now, for those of us that have been in the game a while, that are taking a bigger risk, like myself, that aren't going to sell yet, we're still taking the risk. Will they actually develop this, what they say they're going to? Are they going to do the demo this weekend? And all those things can play into the price. And we're taking a little bit more risk, those of us who haven't sold yet. And it doesn't matter because we've had so many wins, we can take that extra risk. But if you're new to this process and you haven't accumulated a lot yet, like this was already a big win, and you should have already rip FT'd. Recouped investment, profited, left in free tokens to sell as time goes by. Now, if we didn't like what we were seeing, I would have ripped out of here a long time ago. Rip is different from rip FT. When we don't like what we see after the launch, then we'll rip, which means recoup investment profit and don't leave in free tokens. But if I was new, I would have still liked what I saw here, and I would have rip FT'd by now. Again, not financial advice to you. I'm just sharing with you what the strategy has been for me and so many others in our group that continue to do so well. If you've somehow missed our Tribe 100X Discord, I'll put some links below. But we'll keep you posted on this. If you're not following our channel and you want to kind of get a play-by-play, we're going to follow this one closely over time. We've covered it in so much detail so far. I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up in case you missed it. It did make a move today on the price. A lot of people are probably anticipating the demo for the utility this weekend. We'll see if they push it off again. If they do, I expect this to go down a little bit. If they hit it and people like what they see, I think that this will break the all-time high at that point. So we'll see, and we'll keep you posted. But even if they miss that and push it off, I'm still holding, because again, I've taken so many rips and rip FTs. I'm in a position to be able to do that. I don't need to free up resources to keep doing this. I've already got the resources to do my next pre-sale, and I can let this ride a little bit longer. If I were new, not advice to you, if I were new, I would have already rip FT'd on this. All right, guys, we'll keep you posted.